Welcome back to Scottish Movies, and today it's time to talk about the Xbox. Okay, so yeah, this episode is going to be all about my Xbox 360 collection. If you've seen my PlayStation 2 collection video, basically I've always been a gamer. I've sort of slacked off in recent years, and I have just started getting back into my gaming a bit, but I've always kind of had a console or two, at my house. And I think I picked up the Xbox again. I had one back in the day, a white one, and I remember it getting the old red ring of death, and that was the end of that. But I picked up a black one. It's not even got an hard drive. It's like a little memory thing in it. I don't know what it is, but it's a black one, and I picked it up. I don't know if it was on a free cycle site or if I paid about a tenner for it. I genuinely can't remember. It was a couple of years ago. Again, since sort of lockdown, a bit like when I got my PlayStation 2 again. And yeah, I've sort of cobbled together a few games in that time. There is a couple I would still want to get hold of. Some of these I've just sort of got maybe for free or for very cheap, and I've not really got rid of them. I've still got them in the collection, and some of them I did actually pick up as purposely to get back in the collection that maybe used to play back in the day. But I'm going to go through them now anyway. So first up, we've got a game that I've got all the sequels for now. One for the Xbox 360 and two for the PS4. And I've mentioned this game quite a bit recently on some of my other videos, and it's Just Cause. I love these games. It's a lot of fun. It's like a GTA style sandbox game where you can just mess about and do what you want, really. Sort of run about with guns and get on different vehicles. I was playing this just this afternoon with my daughter, and she was enjoying it. She's driving about on the motorbike, driving off cliffs, and you can release a parachute and free fall and just mess about generally and just have a hell of a lot of fun. And I always remember some of the music in this that is stuck in my head for years. And I wanted to pick this up again. So yeah, that's Just Cause. Next up is another game I used to play back in the day on the old Xbox that I had, and it's Crackdown. It's kind of like where you play sort of Super Cop, and you're sort of jumping around the city, and you have to get these like orbs, I think, to power yourself up. From what I remember, these a long time since I've actually played it, and I do need to play it again. But when I got the Xbox, it's what I wanted to get hold of again, because I used to really, really enjoy it. I remember clocking up quite a lot of achievement points on it the first time round. From what I remember. But Crackdown, a lot of fun. And then I picked up, to go with Crackdown, a game I never actually played, and that was Crackdown 2. I've had a brief go on this. It's probably a bit early for me to give an honest opinion on it. But I do look forward to getting into it more. It looks pretty similar from what I played to the first one, so it should be all good fun. Next up, I think I picked this up in a job lot of games. I used to have this on my PS4. It's Lego Jurassic World. I wanted to grab this and play it again. It was a Lego game I completed on the PS4. But happy to have a bit of Lego on the old 360. Next up is a driving game. Now, one thing with the Xbox 360, I always used to think if it was a driving game, I'd pick it up on 360, because I just think the controller's fantastic for driving games. With the old, I've got a controller here, obviously the old triggers, drive forward, brake, whatever. But I just thought this controller's fantastic for driving games. And this is one I used to play back in the day. It's Project Gotham Racing 4. Is that what it's called? Yeah. I remember this as playing this initially as the Metropolis Street Racer, the first version of it on the old Dreamcast, and I think it's a great racing game. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, I wanted to get hold of this as soon as I got my Xbox and get into that again. So yeah, happy to have that in the collection. And speaking of driving games, incidentally, I do need to get a lot more. I need to hunt out a few other driving games. But I've got also a bit of Colin McRae, and this is Dirt 2. I've not actually played this again yet, but I used to love the Colin McRae games back in the day. Again, another racing game. And they're just a hell of a lot of fun. And as I said, the Xbox is fantastic for racing games, that controller. Next up, I've got this was a game I used to play a lot back in the day. This one's Gears of War 3. I don't know if I did actually play this particular one, but I definitely played a lot of Gears of War, maybe Gears of War 2. But found this one cheap, so yeah, get myself a bit of Gears of War and get into that again. Next up, this was definitely in a free job. Like, it might have actually come with the machine, from what I remember. And I've not actually checked it out yet. I don't know if it's supposed to be any good, but it's Alien vs Predator. It's something that I just thought I've got to check that out at some point, and yeah, and I will do. But just not got around to it yet. But it's got to be a decent game, right? Next up is a sort of double pack. I've got two of these, and this has actually got some Lego Indiana Jones and Kung Fu Panda. Now, Lego Indiana Jones I played back in the day. I think I completed that. And again, this is one I want to hold on to because they were great games. Love the Lego games. Not played Kung Fu Panda, but maybe my daughter might enjoy it. I don't even know if it's a one-on-one beat 'em up or is it an adventure game. I don't really know, but yeah. Double pack there. Next up is another one that you should spend hours on back in the day, and I picked this recently up in a charity shop, and it's an anniversary edition of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Yeah, I used to put loads of hours into this before Skyrim came along. Yeah, great game, fantastic RPG. Let's have a bit more room here. Next up, we have a couple of Star Wars games. I remember playing these back in the day as well. We got Star Wars Force Unleashed. I remember this being quite a lot of fun. I was wielding the old lightsaber. I don't think we'd really been able to do that until this sort of game come along, correct me if I'm wrong. And then we got Force Unleashed 2 as well, which I don't remember playing a lot of, but I think I did have it back in the day. But I had to sort of find these and add them to the collection. Being a big Star Wars fan as well. Next up is a game that I always wanted to play on the 360, but I think my 360 actually probably died before I had a chance to get it or play it, and it's called Alan Wake. I did actually start playing it the other week for the first time, and it's a pretty good game. I need to get back onto it. But yeah, it's kind of an adventure. I don't know if it's like a survival horror game, but that's a similar sort of thing. But yeah, look forward to getting more into that. Next up is a game that I think was one I played probably one of the most, and it is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It's a Game of the Year edition. I'm pretty sure this and maybe Infinity Ward 2, one or the other, was my Call of Duty that I really played a hell of a lot with my mates online. At the moment, I've not got my Xbox online again. I might have to look into doing that. I know because they have actually opened up all the servers for these games, and it'd be great to go back to it. But yeah, that's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Next up is a game, again I got this one for free, and it was such a fantastic condition I didn't want to get rid of it. It's a game called The Darkness 2, and it's a limited edition. Don't think it's worth anything to CX or anything, but it just looks, it was such a good conditioned game from obviously back in the day, they held on to it. I did have a game called, I think, The Darkness 1. I remember being alright, but this one, I'm not sure. I need to give it a go. I've not played it yet. Next up, we've got another double pack. This has got some Lego Batman, the video game, and Pure, which is some kind of motorbike game or something. I'm not totally sure. Or yeah, something like that. ATVs maybe. But yeah, I think I got this for nothing. So yeah, that's cool to play. I played a bit of Lego Batman, not all of it, so that's good to have. Next up, I've got a video game which I had back in the day and completed back in the day, because this was based on my favourite TV show of all time, which is fantastic. The game, not so much. To be honest, the game's pretty garbage, but just for the nostalgia and the fact I'm a fan of this show, I've also got the Lost video game. Yeah, this was pretty bad. I did finish it, but it was pretty bad. The voice acting's pretty naff. I don't remember there being people off the actual show on it, from what I remember. And it's just a bad game. But just for nostalgia, I've got it in the collection. Next up is a first-person shooter, I believe. I picked this up in a charity shop a month or two back. It was just 10p, and I'm not going to leave it behind. I've never actually played it yet. But it's called Call of Juarez. It looks like a first-person shooter with cowboys. So yeah, that's cool. I mentioned the first game in this video, Just Cause, and here is Just Cause 2, more the same. As I said before, big fan of the Just Cause games. Next up is a game that I recently picked up in the job lot for a £5. I moved all the games on, but except for this one. It's rated for about 60p. Well, I've not played it, so I thought I'd give it a go. It's Shadow of Mordor. Is it based on Lord of the Rings or something? Middle Earth or whatever. I need to replace the case because it doesn't really close very well. But yeah, it's got 2 discs. Might be a bit of fun. Next up, we've got a game which I've actually got on the PS2 as well. But I picked this up because it was 10p in a charity shop as well. And I don't think it really trades in for much. And it's WWE SmackDown vs Raw 2007, my probably favourite SmackDown vs Raw game. Yeah, I've got it on 2 consoles. And finally, the last 2 are games I just picked up recently from Music Magpie. This was in a 2 for £3 deal, and I've been checking out other games on there that I'm going to sort of add to the collection for like the cheapest chips, really. First thing I picked up is a bit of zombies action, Dead Rising 2. Yeah, I used to love the Dead Rising games. Remember the first one having like about 1 save point? It would have been possibly hard to do anything on it, or it was a lot of fun. This one, they added a few more save points, and it's just going crazy. So if it's not nailed down, you can whack a zombie with it. It's just a hell of a lot of fun. And for like £1.50, yeah, I wanted to add it back in the collection. For something that's a pre-owned, it was a lot. It was very good condition, so I'm happy with that. And the final game is another zombie game, and I did have this back in the day. It's probably one of the last games I think I bought for the 360 before mine died. But I didn't have the Game of the Year edition, which this one is, and it's Dead Island. I know there's been a new version of this recently released on the PS5, PS4, Xbox. I think I'm not 100%, but yeah, I remember getting Dead Island on the original Xbox. Like I say, it was probably one of the last games I got, I think. I didn't have the Game of the Year edition, so again, this was £1.50 for Music Magpie, so I wanted to give it another go. I remember it being a lot of fun, so yeah, happy to add that in the collection. And that is my complete Xbox 360 collection. As I say, I've got a few titles that I definitely want to add to it. There's particularly a few driving games, like I want to get the most recent Forza Motorsport game that released. I think it may be number 4. I'm not 100% on that. And see if I can find any other ones that I remember playing back in the day. I'll just maybe Google a few online and see what there is, and if they're a decent price, pick them up. But yeah, that's it for now. Comment down below if you've got any of these games, or what's one of your favourite 360 games, or if you can recommend a few to us to get playing again. It might refresh my memory. Yeah, comment in the comments, and that'd be great to see. And yeah, don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for some more videos. Bye guys.